have the Paradise Fibers Fiber of the Month Club for July right in this black bag. Let's dig in. It's so bright! You know, the bag is black, so I was expecting something black. Oh my goodness, look at this! So the bag is bright green, and I can already tell the fiber inside is going to be more yellow, but still, wow. It looks like it has tweed in it, which tweed is so fun to spin. Let me try to pop this open. It's really soft. Absolutely soft. It looks super long. We've got this nice tweed art-like style running through the whole thing. Let's rip off a chunk of this. Yeah, it's long. It's long and fine. Super fine. So I'm gonna guess a blend of merino and this looks like it could be cotton scraps and maybe some other wool scraps. It feels like wool, but also it looks like there's some cotton in there. So, and it also looks like we've got about 2 ounces here, so we'll find out when I get to the card, but for now, I do enjoy that color. And here's the oh my gosh, I love this stuff! And I was running low too. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. So, inside our little bag, this is what I'm so excited about. This highlighter tape. Oops. And the stitch marker fell out. We'll get to that. This highlighter tape is so amazing. I love this stuff. So the card's folded down. So this highlighter tape you can use for all sorts of things, but I love it for marking my place in patterns and in charts for patterns. You can see through it, but it still highlights the color. Why I like this specific highlighter tape so much is because it's pretty easy to keep reusing the same piece over and over again too. So it's not like you have to get a new piece every time you want to move your marker. You just pick up the highlighter tape and go to the next part and move on, and you don't have to mark up a bunch of stuff, and I just really love it. I mean, you can mark up your pattern, but when it comes to the charts, I really like this for keeping track of where I'm at on my chart. And it's great for crochet because when you're reading a crochet chart, you have to read the row below as well. And so if you cover that row, you can cover that row with the tape, but you can still see through it to know where your stitches go, but you know you're on the row above it. Love, love, love this stuff. And I'm super excited to have more. I have the orange. It's right here. I have the orange tape. So now I've got some green tape. I'm super excited about that. I would never have guessed this was going to be in one of these month's boxes. Okay. I got so excited. Let's not get too distracted. How cute is this? Look at this month's sticker. It's like the Aurora Borealis in Alaska. This is gorgeous. I love this one. And then the tea is Chamomile Nights. So I think the theme is starting to come through here. I love chamomile tea. I have been drinking a ton of this vanilla chamomile tea, and I also have chamomile growing in my backyard, and I've been making fresh chamomile tea with that. So I'm super excited, but I'm definitely seeing a nighttime theme to this month's bag. Where did my stitch marker go? It's hiding in my lap. It's a little star. A little star bead. There it is. Like an iridescent star. How cute! Here's the rest of the fiber. So it's in a blue, like indigo type bag. And it's a different blend. Maybe the same blend without the tweedy bits, possibly, but it's really pretty. It looks like a mixed blend of merinos or BFL. Very nice purple, blue, magenta. I really do love this color overall, and I think this will blend out to make a beautiful color because, you know, these colored braids really blend together when you spin them. Nice and long. Could be BFL. Could be a blend of BFL. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. So here's the card, Northern Lights. Northern Lights is in your bag. They came out with 11 multicolor merino tops inspired by the captivating hues of the Aurora Borealis. 4 ounces of one color in the navy bag, and I got the colorway Heavenly. And then this is the Aurora. So I think everyone got Aurora. Streams of vibrant colors undulate against a luminous shade of chartreuse in our newest blend of merino. So this is merino, bamboo, mulberry silk, and sari silk. So I think that cotton thread is what is the sari silk, is what I thought I saw. So merino, bamboo, mulberry silk, and sari silk. This is going to be luxurious and amazing to spin. I can't wait. I just love the drape of bamboo blends. So this is 3 ounces of fiber here, and then 4 ounces is merino. So it's not BFL, it's merino. Well, here's a picture of how the Heavenly spins up. I'm pretty sure that's the exact colorway that I got. And then on the other side, they have a picture of the way that Aurora spins up. I really do like it. They recommend spinning from the fold to keep the multicolored braid colors as separate as possible. And then they have this hand spun and knit by Karen Goodson as a recommended pattern. It's like a cozy cocoon. And in their sample, they used, a couple of the different colorways. She used 4 ounces of 8 colors, and she split each color in half and spun them into 2 singles. And she plied the colors together to achieve a bulky weight. Very nice. And she uses a Russian join to join the colors together as you knit when the colors run out, so you don't really have to weave it in. So that's great. I really enjoy the theme of this month's box, or bag, really. And I'm really excited to spin up samples of these, so let's go do that. I couldn't wait to get my hands on that Aurora blend, so I decided to spin that one up first. I didn't pre-draft it or anything. I just grabbed the big ol' hunk of roving and just started spinning. You can see I let the twist enter my fiber supply and do all that pulling for me, and I just gently nudged it along with my left hand there. I let it spin however it wanted to, grabbing whatever Tweety bits it wanted to as they came out of the roving. It really wasn't hard to get a consistent spin. This was so well blended. I really enjoyed spinning this fiber. It was buttery smooth. Plus, it's fun to see the way that the tweed works itself into that chartreuse color. And then here is what I got. I ended up spinning this on my largest whirl and then chain plying it up back on itself, so it's extra tweedy. And then it was time for the Heavenly colorway of the merino blended fiber. And I decided to spin it the exact same way. I didn't pre-draft it whatsoever. I just grabbed a big hunk of it. I let the twist enter the fiber supply and just nudged with my left hand, bringing that yarn in as it got enough twist into it. I did my best to kind of spin across the top of the fiber because I wanted to keep the colors somewhat separate, but not completely separate. And here is how it turned out. I really like the way that the color blended and also didn't in some areas. And I'm back with yarn and swatches. So let's start with the Aurora blend. So this blend was super easy to spin. I was surprised at how easily it spun like butter. And I found in the past spinning these tweed blends can be a little difficult if they're not blended well. The little tweedy bits will fall out as you spin instead of actually blending into the fiber. And I did not have that happen with this at all. These little tweedy bits, I believe, are little scraps of sari silk. There may be wool scraps, but for me, for the most part, they look like silk scraps. And I think they have more grab to them. If you've ever worked with raw silk or even 100% silk yarn, if your hands aren't smooth and lotion full of moisturized, you'll snag on your dry skin. So because silk is so grabby, I think that's what makes it such a great tweed and so easy to spin. I love the way it works up. I did a single and then I chain plied it back on itself. So this yarn ended up with more tweedy bits, I think, than you would have if you just did a traditional 2-ply. Although, I guess depending on how the plies lined up, you might have some areas that have more tweed versus others. So I did a knit and a crochet swatch because I love to show off both. Here's the knit swatch, and how fun, how cool is that? I just love it so much. I think the thing that's the most surprising about this is that the gauge is pretty even despite the tweed bits, which means you could totally use this to make something like a garment where size matters. And it's got drape for days. Thank you, Bamboo. So I really love how it turned out. And the same with the crochet swatch, like a little bit stiffer, but still drape. I mean, this is a very versatile yarn that I think you could use for literally anything. And I think it's so fun and unique. Now, this bright chartreuse color is not something that I would wear all over, but I do think it would be a nice accent color. And if they ever come out with any future blends like this in another color, you best believe I'll be all over that. Like this in an orange, I'm spinning myself a cardigan, hands down, for sure. I can't speak more highly of this Aurora blend. I absolutely loved everything about it. Top-notch quality. I love it so much. Then the other fiber, here's the yarn. I did the same thing. I spun a single and then chain plied it on itself. And I just love the way that the colors played with each other. So this is that blended merino, which can tend to be a bit muddy when you go to spin it. When I spun it, I did not pre-draft or pre-split up any of the fiber. I took that fat fiber chunk and I just spun back and forth across the top of the fiber. So it kind of pulled mostly its own colors on its own, but for very short distances, which is why you'll see in the crochet swatch, it almost looks like a variegated yarn because those colors are so short and then they start to blend into one another, which I think is a really cool effect. It's like a soft variegation. It's not as hard and loud as like some of the acrylic variegated yarns you can get in the store. This is like, it's a soft version, which I think it has endless possibilities of what this could be used for, and I really like the way that it crocheted up. It knit up more blended because knit stitches typically are a lot shorter. This is double crochet. Even single crochet is taller than a knit stitch. So you can see the colors run a little more horizontally than vertically, and I still think it looks really nice. I feel like it would be a nice overall color for something to wear, cardigan, cowl, shawl. I think it's gorgeous on its own, and it doesn't look muddy. Sometimes these blended colors can look muddy once they start to blend together, but since we're in a range of like a pink, magenta through purple, I think that it overall just blends really well, and I like the way that it turned out. It is kind of like your typical merino fiber, so I wouldn't say anything special other than that. I would say it's very average for its quality. Maybe on the lower end of softness for merino. It's not a super soft merino, but that lends durability. So when you start to lose some of that softness, you start to gain a little more durability. This is going to be less likely to pill than if it was a softer merino. So I don't have anything against merino that has a higher, the term is escaping me. There's the term for its softness. Micron. Oh my gosh. Microns. It's microns. I don't have anything against merino in the higher micron range. That's what I was looking for. Like 16 is like your ultra soft, fine merino, can get that soft at times. And then once you get above 20 and above, you start getting a bit toothier of an experience, but that gains durability. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, I really like the way that both of these yarns spun up. I am leaning towards favoring on this Aurora blend. How absolutely cool. I have been thoroughly enjoying these monthly bags from Paradise Fibers so much, and I can't wait to get next month's box and open it and spin it again and see what's inside. I really hope you guys enjoy these videos, especially with the addition of the spinning and reviewing of the yarns. And I would like you to let me know in the comments below if you have worked with anything like this, if you would be interested in working anything like this. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye!